Agent 9, Chase Deveneaux here. The satellites are still trying to lock onto your signal. You must be getting in deep. The reception is lousy. Now you're clear. Okay, we better get going. We need to know what Carmen's up to.
Access granted. Welcome to Vial Central.
Some new headquarters. Carmen's really outdone herself.
Carmen's top communications specialist. You're cleared for level 49.
Nice undercover work. Acme could use more double agents like you.
Level 49.
They used to say the Roman Colosseum could seat 50,000. They won't be saying that anymore. Colleagues in crime, meet the quantum crystallizer. This powerful piece of engineering will reduce anything, even the most enormous of objects, into tiny gems. I've tested it on 12 of the world's wonders already, and the results have been brilliant. I'm happy to report that soon all of the world's treasures will be safely tucked away and protected with secret passwords known only to me. I'm sending them to secure Vial hideouts all around the globe for safekeeping until construction of my new headquarters is complete. Soon, this magnificent structure will be finished, and Vial Central will be invincible. Well. It seems we've got an unexpected guest. Or should I say, an uninvited pest. Get the Acme infiltrator.
Looks like it's time to make our exit. Better head for the powerplex. Now.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Maura, and welcome to a new Carmen Sandiego walkthrough. This one is of Math Detective, my second most favorite Carmen Sandiego game from my childhood. I wanted to wait until now to begin my narration because the opening titles are so brief and then cut quickly to the opening scene that I wouldn't have time to talk over it. Wanted to just let that be shown and not have to talk over it, especially because it's so loud. But here now I'm signing in. I'm going to type in my name because I'm playing anew now. And I want to mention that, interestingly, as a difference from Word Detective, when you log in, as in with a new name, in this game, you're given an option to play at one of three levels. Now, I always chose Rookie Level 1 because the math exercises and final puzzle were easiest to do than the others, but I am thinking now that I've installed this, I would like to replay the game again individually, or even a full walkthrough at Level 2 and Level 3 in the future. But for right now, I'm just going to start small with Level 1 of Rookie, so here I go.
So, it's Agent 9, is it? Rest assured, 9, you don't know all of my secrets. I'll always be one step ahead of Acme.
Looks to me like she's already one step behind. We'd better get to work. See if you can find these crystal capsules. Maybe clues to Carmen's passwords will be nearby. Bring those capsules back to the powerplex. I'll work out how to get this quantum crystallizer running in reverse. Phoenix here scoped out some henchman hideouts to investigate. Stats are downloading now.
Okay, so unlike Word Detective, when we get a video mail, when it stops, it doesn't automatically close. I have to close it myself. Before I start, I'm going to go to options because I don't hear the music that I recall from childhood, background music playing in even here in the with the crystallizer and the powerplex. So I'm gonna check sound. Is the background music off? Yes, it is. So I really want the background music to be playing when I go to villain hideouts. Even this music right here, I'm very fond of it. So I'm glad I checked that before I decided to start, because I want to make it enjoyable for you guys too as I play the puzzles. I thought it might get boring if you just watch me play and there's no music to help entertain it. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get started transporting to a villain hideout. And like the other two games, Carmen's Vile Villains have puns for names, and I know in this game, at least I think in Word Detective for the most part, their names reference and their house are tied together in where they live or what they do. So first stop here is A. Leon Being's space station that's orbiting Jupiter. So let's go. Okay, so, and notice that a difference it has from Word Detective, that when you start, there are 12 cases to do, just like that game, because we have to restore 12 landmarks. But unlike Word Detective, it starts off with 6 spaces in a password decoder, and it'll change to 7 after the first 4 cases are solved, and then after the next 4 cases, it'll be upgraded all the way to 8. So I will collect, that means for now I'll collect 3 clues from this one villain's hideout, and then the second one will have the other 3. As a difference from Word Detective, you also, when you click on items that hold the clues that you need to decode, they have a when you highlight them like this with the mouse, they have a symbol indicating what kind of puzzle it is that you have to do to crack the code. So this one is Atom Smasher, and it's a timed puzzle where you have to get the answers correct before the timer runs out, because it takes you 3 minutes. I always solve it. Oops, that's if you give an incorrect answer, you get a 10-second penalty. And I always manage to do this like way before it gets under 2 minutes. I'm guessing the danger button here lights up when you get to like have 10 seconds remaining. But I've never been in danger with this, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, and as you complete the code, you get letters and numbers that unscramble here. These are subtle clues telling you what the landmark it is you'll be restoring at the end of the game. So 1 password stored, and look, if you click on it, you can see that when I get more, I'll show you what they are. So 5 more passwords are needed. Now, this is the place that's going to have the crystal capsule that's holding the landmark, and when you click on the item that triggers the crystal capsule, it'll say strange object detected or something similar, which was like how it was finding clues in Word Detective. When you found, they'd say strange object detected, but rather than giving you something that indicated what the puzzle was. So now here we have another light source detected. This is another exercise, light spectrometer, and this is exactly like, except with numbers, this is just like Power Pack in Word Detective. That was one where you had to put words in this place kind of spot right here in alphabetical order, and the way this works is like that too. You just need to put the numbers from smallest to smallest on the top, biggest on the bottom. Okay, so now I'm hearing that background music here in this place, and I'm enjoying it. Windy. Okay, so now I've got 2 passwords stored. So now I never noticed this as a kid, but I can click on to see what they are. Maybe one more clue will tell me what the landmark is. And here's the last one. This is my least favorite exercise, crime wave sensor. It takes the longest to do than others, but I'm a math whiz, so I think I can do this very well with few mistakes. But I will show you just what happens when you get answers incorrect or correct. So, like, you notice these little, I don't know what do you call them, things here. They move down every time you answer, but if you run out because you've been giving incorrect answers, it'll have to restart. You don't need to restart the entire exercise, but it'll have to start anew with a new, looks like a microchip slide or something with circuitry, from what I can tell. So I know what the answer is here, but when you give a wrong answer that's too low, yeah, these wavy lines will appear. When it's too high, and then when it's too high, they look like the sound waves look like that. If they're green, if you're wrong. If it's low, high, it's high above. If it's low, it's under the line here. Okay, the answer is 83. And so it lights up in yellow when you have the correct answer. Okay, that's 43. Now hearing that music, it's making it much more enjoyable. Okay, since sometimes when you found all the passwords in a villain's hideout in this game, rather than having the radar alert you that you need to get moving, you'll usually get an email first. You'll get an email that alerts you that at least that's how I feel, how it seems to me, that I get an email like this. Not in all cases as the game progresses, but here, for example, I found all 3, so I need to then move. All right. And from what I can remember, it looks like, well, most of these are in the order in which I get them. So now let's transport to the next villain hideout. CD-ROM. Now that's a very good one. So that was 3 exercises. I think there's... Now, just listen to that music. It's great. Okay, this is another one. Molecular scope. You have word math problems. So you have ones already filled in for you to get an idea of what it looks like. And the interesting thing is, in molecular scope, whichever villain hideout you're at when you're doing this, it's usually talking about that villain inhabiting that place. So, here's a problem about mentioning CD-ROM because we're at his place. This isn't that difficult. Just figure out from the questions if you're doing adding or subtracting, dividing or multiplying, and you have to use your keyboard to type in the numbers and the signs. Although for multiplication you have to hit Shift and then the asterisk, because otherwise it's 8 button and the 8 button on the keyboard. So that's something you need to keep in mind. I usually like to do the problems in the way so that the answer, doing one problem gives the answer for another. So if I do it like this, I'm going to get the answer right here, and then it'll save me trouble. All I'd have to do is put in the signs and the other number. SF Bay, San Francisco Bay. That means I'm going to collect the Golden Gate Bridge at the end of this game. That looks like usually something that, well, when I come back to it later, like I'll have to come back to villains' hideouts 2 more times afterwards. You know, there's always one time when you get the crystal capsule, and then 2 other times later throughout the game, but usually you can figure out what the clues are because they look like items that stand out a bit. So like this is something that does because it's brightly colored. Okay, Atom Smasher. Bright red, yes, it is kind of. It's not really golden color, but. Alright, there should be one more clue. Okay, here. And this is the last math exercise in this game, Microchip Decoder, which is actually my favorite one because it's deals with geometry. Okay, so I drew a line segment. It's AB. CD. Okay, so out of these passwords, well, I'll look at them again when I leave. Okay, so now then that's... However, in this game, unlike Word Detective, the only time you see the villain in person is when you're taking the landmark from their home. Any other time you go back to their place, they don't appear again. Not in person. There's something else there to try to deter me or ward me off. So, yeah, look at these passwords. Kind of unhelpful for the most part, but SF Bay, that's what gave it away for me. So I'm getting the Golden Gate Bridge. I unlocked the crystal capsule, and here it should be. Yep, that's it. And now the villain's approaching. So now I went back to the Powerplex. I gotta have a message from Chase.
Good work, 9. Take a look at what I just found. It's a blueprint of the quantum crystallizer. See this platform? It's connected to the decompressor. The crystal should snap right onto the platform, then bingo, growth spurt. Go ahead. Let's see if we can get that bridge back where it belongs.
Alright, so you can either just click on it right here or the platform here to restore it, either way. But I do. And it'll show us being put back in place where it belongs. Okay,
Nice job.
one down, 11 to go.
I'm still trying to figure out this section of the blueprint. We've located more dens of thieves for you to investigate. Good luck.
Now, you may have noticed that when the bridge was put back in place, that diamond crystal in which that was holding it got sucked down into this pipe. Well, let me show you what that's about. There are a couple other crystals right here. I guess that's it. That was just it. But there are all these shapes. Diamond, six-sided, almost like a rhombus, triangle, and a circle. Each of the landmarks I collect are going to be in one of these kinds of shapes, and they're all going to be collected at the end here for a final puzzle. Once all the landmarks are restored, they're going to be done for a final puzzle. I just click exit to get out of there. But I have 11 more landmarks to get before that can happen. So here it ends the first part of my walkthrough of Math Detective. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it just as much as I enjoyed playing it. And I'll see you in the next part. Bye for now.